It began as the tiniest spark. A flicker in the darkness. And from that spark came the creators. The creators became masters of imagination. Their beautiful creations filled the universe, their power growing ever greater. But suddenly, they disappeared. A mystery yet to be solved. The creators are gone now. All that remains is the tiniest spark. A flicker in the darkness. Only you can relight the spark. Are you a creator?
It's all about humanity.
Hello everyone and welcome to Creativerse. I'm your host, 2005 Guy02. Okay, so this will be a semi-first look, bear in mind that I have played for quite a few years. I haven't played last year because quite a few other games got in the way, and they stopped doing any more work on the game. It is a pretty complete game. You can do pretty much anything in it. And as you can see, we've got one of my previous worlds in front. That was from the previous channel in season 4. Unfortunately, because of a couple of terms and conditions on this particular world, not that many people decided to join in, which was a bit of a shame. The main one was basically regarding the teleporter codes, because in the previous world to this one, everyone kept using codes that were being used by other people. And because of that, it was, let's say, a teleporter hell. So on this one, I decided to make it so that people have their own unique codes, and then that way not get in trouble with other people, basically. Unfortunately, a lot of people decided not to join back then. One of my previous colleagues wound up with a problem with his computer not being powerful enough for the game. One other did quite a lot of work on it, but then he wound up moving to a completely different area. I think primarily because of his age. I've seen him online every now and again, but I don't think either of us have played this world in quite a long time. What we could do is, before we start up a new game, we can have a quick look, see what you can actually do with the game, a couple of hints, a couple of tips. You might have to go back to this world a couple of times for a couple of things that I've definitely forgotten. The keys are all completely different than all the current games, because I used to change my key bindings quite a bit. Although I still use these key bindings for when I play Space Engineers, because there's too many different keys in Space Engineers. Okay, so we have a battle arena right in front of us. We have Pack 42's area. We have the igloo biome, or the South Pole, basically, for Unglo 92. And as you can see at the top here, these are all the different codes used by anyone that were to join. These are basically the unique codes for the teleporters. So the first two is the designated code for the person. The last one is basically the area. And there are quite a few thousand types of blocks. So if we go to crafting, like I said, there are quite a few different blocks that you can use in order to make up a different code. And everything that you see here can be used in order to use as a code. Now, the only problem is, even though you can use these as a code, you can't just place them in the world and not expect somebody to activate them. So that's always a fun little problem if you were to use those in your codes. Also, a lot of them are actually quite hard to make if it's not a certain date. So if you've got a couple of them, then you can do it, but a couple others, actually looks like you can make them still. So that's nice. Must be a new feature because you never used to be able to make these. Maybe it's because they stopped doing updates to the game. Well, that's new. So there's quite a few things that have been added that I haven't seen because I haven't played for a while. So maybe they are still adding things. Ooh. Something like that. Okay. So yeah, there's quite a few blocks to choose from. So let's go out of that for the moment. So which one to show off? So we've got the main tunnel, which links to all the different types of worlds that have made a first starting location. So if we go to the map, it took pretty much forever to unlock this entire map, to take away all the fog of war. All the blue ones that you can see are all my claimed areas, so these are my teleported areas too. You've got a couple in the orange, which is for PAG. Nobody else has actually claimed an area as such at the moment. That said, that's one of the creatures. We've got mounting areas to start. If we go to one of the new areas to start with, you can see that I've actually put the main code for a starting area there, and then that's basically how the code continues on. And the person that were to claim this area can put a block in there and use it, put that as their go-to location. So if we go on there, it actually says these are the first two starting ones. That's the additional block, so that it basically teleports to that area. I haven't set up another one yet. I'll have to go to one of my ones or one of the other guys in order to see how the code actually works. Come on. Okay, so this is basically a new starting area where somebody can start. It's got a couple of processors, a couple of forges, so they don't have to spend too much time grinding. And then there's a little area down below, which goes to the underground area. Oop, like spike. And then we've got an area to go outside. The reason why this is built way down here is because it's very cold if you go that little bit up. So straight away we're taking a little bit of cold damage, or not quite cold damage until that bar above the hot bar is full on the light blue. And then basically start in a nice mountain type area. Of course you do have to have the expansion pack in order to use this area, which is basically the glider. Otherwise, it's not going to be that easy to get back up there. And actually, I've just lost it. So if we go up a bit, so it's right there. I've made a bit of a cutout so that people could find it a bit easier. Ouch. So let's go back in there, close that door so nothing comes in. Oh, sorry about that. That's one of my alarms to say wake up and get out of bed. Basically, I went to bed way too early yesterday because I was extremely tired after doing some work on my room. Basically, you might hear every now and again some noise like a car, a motorbike, or a truck going off in the background, and that's because of the road being very close to my bedroom. Okay, so if we go to one of my worlds, so this is my area. This is my main teleporter. So we've got my old logo over there, which I need to update still. And then basically each doorway has a little box. So if you go to there, you've got the main, a couple of materials for the main code. So it's these two here, and then anything else that you can use for building materials or extras. For example, I've got a couple of things that I've just dumped there because I didn't need them on the bar. So let's dump all these in there for the moment. I think I need that for something at some point, but I've forgotten what it was. And here, where it says bundles, these are all the different bundles that you get through the years. As you can see, I don't have the one for 2019 because I hadn't played for on 2019, which is a shame. I wanted to build them all up, but basically it gives us all the different types of recipes, a couple of different types of blocks. A lot of these ones, if you went there to unlock them, then you'd have to purchase them. These chests are freebie chests. As you can see, I've got quite a few of them. And that's because every 4 hours of gameplay, or every 4 hours normal world time, or external of the game time, it generates one chest, and after 8 hours you've got 2 chests. So I would go, okay, every 2 hours I'd log in, I'd get the freebie chests, I'd log back out, and I'd do this for, I think it was about 2, maybe 3 months. And then basically I kept them because the super extractors are super handy. And then of course the arc stones come in handy as well. Healing potions. The traps were, I think, a Christmas thing where you could place a trap down and do a battle. And then we've got various other things that came in. And then of course a couple of bundles which I did spend some real world money on for points, and then basically bought these so I wouldn't have to do too much grinding. Of course, this was before the whole loot box problem caused by EA Games, Ubisoft, and all the other platforms, which was a bit of a shame. But these were basically some stuff that you could add. So roughly about every month I'd spend maybe about a $5 at the very most, and then I would do that. Of course, that all counts up after a little while. So I kept up to 2,500 points and only use them when really have to. Of course, as you can see there, I've got quite a few blocks, so I don't have to do any more. But I primarily got those ones for if there were any additional extra things coming out in the store. Unfortunately, after I think it was the end of 2018, maybe halfway through 2019, they stopped adding things to the game, which was a bit of a shame, actually. I think the end of it was when they stopped when Playful stopped showing actual gameplay, world play. I think after that, the whole add-on part of the game stopped, and I think that was also around about the time that the whole loot box problem started. So that was always a slight problem. Don't remember seeing that one last time. Oh. How do we get that? It's not through here, is it? No? That's weird. How do we unlock that? Okay, so how do we get that? Wait a minute, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's not from the Steam thing, so... I wonder how we unlock these. I'll probably find that out later. Okay, oh yeah, I was going to show off some of the areas or the codes as well. So these are my teleporters down here. We've also got my basement, which has got quite a big storage area and also goes all the way down to the bottom. So if we have a little look at the code, this is the code for this teleporter. So it starts with the main two items for the code, and then over here, this third piece is the jungle vines. So again, that links to that. So basically, having these two codes in both teleporters links only these two teleporters together. But if we were to remove one and then do it on the other, then it would make a bit of a problem. You'd have to go from one to the other and then back to the other, and like a triangle, which can be done if you want to set up a adventure world or stuff like that, where you need to try and remember what all the different codes are. Now, as you can see on the compass up top, there's a block resembling this teleporter, and that basically says where your main teleporter is, which comes in handy if on the map you're way off in the boonies and you need to go back, or what you could hit is T for teleport, and then you can teleport to your username. Spirit is in. Which area did he claim? I wonder. No? I know Anglo hasn't been on because his computer problems. I wonder if he's actually updated his computer yet. Because actually I was going to build him a new computer, but he never had the funds to actually get the parts. And now I don't live where I used to live, so I'm not sure if he's still after a new computer or anything like that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to have a little look at Packed World. before we get started, and then we're going to start up a new world and start again from scratch. Hey. Oops, why did I switch the camera off? Okay, so we have the starter world, which basically starts with the same code as the code up there. Oh, no, sorry, that's not it. Sorry, that's the main code there for the world. So that's the first starter world. Then you've got the next area, and that's also the next area. So that's canyon floor. Got a diamond square block for his magic school. Garden area, which is used adobe bricks. Click was my jaw, by the way, because it keeps locking open. The first time it locked open, the only way for me to shut my jaw was to give myself an uppercut. Basically, that was the only way to close it, because there's no in hell that I was going to go to A&E to let them stick a needle in my jaw. No way, absolutely no way in hell. Okay, so let's go to its starting location. Each area I've put one teleporter in, so it goes to a complete different area in the world, and that way basically make sure that code is the main code, and not too many people start in the same area. Also, that if we look on the map, that they've got a nice big area for themselves. And of course, I'm close to the middle. It's not quite the middle exact. I think I did start in the middle, which was way over there. I moved. No, scratch that. I did start way down there somewhere, maybe on that corner. No, actually, no, I started here. Yeah, that's where I started. And then I went to the middle and I went, no, I don't want to use that as the starting location. It's great for resources, but I actually wanted to start where it was a bit easier to get certain components. Okay, so we have his main teleporter. We've got a small portion of his library. I do have a big library in this world. If anyone wants to join in, please let me know, and I can give you the password, of course. So basically, if we go outside, we have his waterfall, which is every different type of water that's in the world. So we've got the molasses water, corrupted water, purified water, and tar. The purified helps with, the mineral water helps with healing. So he's got a nice healing swimming pool here. So we could actually quickly heal up. Also, in this water, you can't drown. So if you were to go down and stay underwater, you can't drown, which is nice. Works quite well for a nice elevator. Okay, so was there anything else around here? I don't think maybe underneath that. Nope. Okay, so let's go up top. Let's go to the other areas that he's got. So if we go to the one of his other areas, the other areas that he's got are actually all linked together, which sort of defeats the purpose of having so many teleporters actually. But let's go to the lighthouse. Pardon me. Sorry, it's early morning. I went to bed way too early because I was too tired. Okay, so over here we've got his lighthouse, and We have a dust devil by its front door. Okay, so let's see. Looks like he hasn't finished the magic school after all. Basically, I think we both stopped playing Creativerse pretty much around the same period, and we both left quite a lot of work unfinished. So it's got a pirate ship, little bread man house. It's got its well, his version of the his igloo. I've got a somewhat different looking igloo. He's got a little house. Or it's this train station, which he does actually have some unique railways. Railway lines, which do work, which we could actually use. Let's go in there. Okay, so that's the entrance, that's the exit, so let's go there. Okay, no, that's the... Okay. Yeah, that's coming in, this is coming out, going out, sorry. Okay, so I'm not actually using the controls. We're just moving by ourselves. There's a magic school. And then it just goes on way off into the distance because I think he was planning to build something over here. Not sure what though. And it goes way off in the distance, and we're sliding on the snow. So let's go up a bit, use up all our thrust. Okay. So let's fly back. So there's quite a bit that you can actually do with the game. Of course, the flight bit, you do have to buy the expansion pack for it. At the time, it was £15. I'm not sure how much it is actually at the moment. Let's didn't mean to close it and then not reopen it, but let's get our summoner back. Okay, so this was basically a couple of things that you can do. This is basically a blueprint. Blueprint of a building that somebody else made and uploaded to the workshop. So, like I said, there's quite a lot that you can actually do with this game, and I definitely do recommend playing it, even if you don't want to fork out for the expansion pack or any extras. It is a nice little, like it says, a creative world. You can basically create pretty much anything to your heart's content, as long as you do or don't mind, as long as you don't mind to do some of the grinding work. Okay, so I'm going to close down this world here for the moment, and I shall see you guys in an empty world. Okay, so let's start up a new world and see how it goes. My worlds. Okay, so here you can actually see all the different types of worlds. It looks like I was gearing up to start a second world. Sorry, a fifth season. Let's have a look. Ooh, pardon me. Okay. So can we use season 5 as a starter world, or do we have to just get rid of this one and start again? And so far I haven't actually built anything here. Just used the main block as an unlock, and have yet to do anything about the fog of war. Seeing that I've got that as the main one, I might actually keep this one, maybe to do at a later date. Yeah, basically what I did was I started somewhere else and then I went to the middle, and then this is basically where I was going to start building. I thought it was the middle. It doesn't. Is it my eyes? Maybe. I think that over there is the middle. But what island there? I'd have to get a tape measure out and double check. Okay, so let's actually start up completely from scratch. Okay.
There's a lot to check out. You may never want to leave.
Okay, so let's go to New World. Okay. Oops. Can I put even more in there? Yep, apparently I can fit the whole lot in there. Good. Okay. And it's season 0, isn't it? There we go, that should do it. So I actually had to type it up in Word in order to get still spelled correctly. Okay, so basically in the description it's 2005 Guyver 02 YouTube Season 00. If you would like to join in this world, please leave a comment on the video. On the YouTube video. No griefing allowed. Please keep your teleporter codes unique. If you are not on my friends list, please send me an invite. Please help others. Please keep the world chat to a minimum. Basically, I don't want quite a lot of chat appearing on the videos. And PvP is switched off. Hopefully that way we can keep the griefing down to a minimum. Also, we have visitors only, so new players joining the world have a visitor's permission by default and must be promoted to build. So I think that's basically if they want to build in your area, they have to be promoted to be able to do that. We have an option to disable explosives. I don't really want to do that. So I want to be able to use explosives to a degree. It says like TNT. I guess we could keep the TNT off because all that does is destroy the blocks and yourself, and I'd rather keep the blocks. Let's keep that one enabled for the moment, but we could always disable it if it really becomes a problem. We want a lot of creatures. We want normal gravity. We don't want low gravity. And then we've got a fresh start. So recipe progress from other worlds does not carry over to this world. This one excludes premium and seasonal content and fan recipes. So if you've got recipes from a different periods during the world or during the actual game's release, then you can still craft all those. Then we've got double treasure. Double treasure. Chest spawn rates are doubled, so you can basically get quite a lot of freebies from chests that spawn in around the world. So that comes in quite handy. Passive creatures, all the hostile type creatures ignore you. We could keep that on aggressive for the moment. We don't really want to go into the underworld just yet. I don't think we'll get the time to do it, but I thought maybe keep it on passive for anyone that wants to join in. But for the moment, let's switch the passive creatures off, so that any creatures that do attack will actually attack. And then double regrowth. So anything that grows, like flowers, mushrooms, and stuff like that, they grow back twice as fast. Okay, so let's create the world. Oh, I forgot to put the password in. I'll have to do that in a sec.
It began as the tiniest spark, a flicker in the darkness. And from that spark came the creators. The creators became masters of imagination. Their beautiful creations filled the universe, their power growing ever greater. But suddenly, they disappeared. A mystery yet to be solved. The creators are gone now. All that remains is the tiniest spark, a flicker in the darkness. Only you can relight the spark. Are you a creator?
Okay, and that's once again quite a lot of noise in the background there. Okay, so this is where we're currently starting. We've got a little bit of waterfall, we've got some ammunition, very nice. Okay, so let's have a little look. So if we swim underneath this water, we will drown. Okay, so let's grab a couple bits and pieces. So as you may be able to tell, my gauntlet does look a bit weird, and that's because it's not the standard gauntlet. It's actually a custom pack, just like what we're currently wearing. So if we go to costumes, you can see that there's a costume one. We could remove it. So basically that's what the normal one looks like. Or we could use one of the custom ones. I prefer that one. We can also get a light so that we can see in the dark. Let's do that one. Okay, so hit done. Okay, so now if we go into a dark area, we should be able to highlight the entire area. I can't remember how we go into third-person view. Except for that one. Oh, there we go. Light on, light off. Okay, so you do actually have to turn the light on or off. Now the light is on, and we can see a little ghost by our left shoulder. Okay, let's grab these because these will heal us. Okay, so at the moment all we've got is a note warning us to watch out for the nighttime area, or when it comes to nighttime. Okay. Bye-bye, Piggy. Bye-bye, Piggy. Okay, so we need to start crafting a couple of things like weapons, armor, and light. We've discovered a new area. Let's grab these. So we're gonna have to unlock everything that we had before. Well, so we should be able to give us grass seeds. There we go. Wheat seeds, sorry. So let's quickly grab all of those. Try and, oops, I accidentally picked up a piece of ground. Okay, so we've got some ground here that we can pick up. We can grab the first line of stone, which is strange. I could have sworn that we had to have a different glove to be able to do that. Guess we could always mine out a little area that we can stay in, but we need to make some torches to do that. Okay, so let's see, what can we create? Oh, that's a very good question. There's everything in our bag. Great. Oh, it's still unlocked. That's weird. Okay, I was not expecting to see them all unlocked. But we're going to have to start from scratch anyway, so let's see, we need some vines next to make the first sword. Okay, so we need to find some vines. The best way to do that is to look for this type of wood. There we go, and it's got some vines in it. So if we go there. Let's grab a little bit more with wood. I may have screwed up a bit. There we go, now we can go all the way up. Granted, we could have always just flown straight up. But this way gives us a little bit more wood as well. So we are going to need quite a lot of wood. Oops. Okay, so we're also going to have to focus on making the next gauntlets as well. Okay, oh, they work quite well as the first set of windows, so we don't have to use too much. Let's also make some torches then, shall we? So let's go back up to the top, let's drop all the stuff off. Might have that for the moment. Let's have that as a window. Let's put those in there. Okay. So now we can craft the first torch. It looks like we can use any type of wood now. Okay, so let's go for ashen wood. Now, I don't particularly like these particular torches because they don't really highlight that much. The best torches to go for, I would say, would be... where are they? Those torches there, the gas lamp. And that requires obsidian rod, coal, fossils, and glass. Granted, with the basic gauntlet, we... oh, where's it got that? That's weird. Right, shift. 5 times? Oh, to make 5 of them. Oh, okay. Okay, maybe a couple of updates have happened since last we played. I just wasn't sure if it was still ongoing or not. Looks like I may have been mistaken and it is still a little bit ongoing. Okay, what was I looking for? Oh yeah, gauntlet. The first gauntlet that we have to make. Okay, that one there, the stone gauntlet, which we need a couple of stone, a couple of wood slats, we need mushrooms, coal, and yellow flour. To get the coal, we need an extractor. The first one being that one there. So it's a stone slab and wood slab. So that would explain why we can still pick up the stone. Yeah, the previous first one was a wooden gauntlet. Looks like they got rid of it. Okay. In that case, so we're missing for that one coal. And we need to make a processor, sorry. Sorry, I'm getting my key bindings completely confused. Okay, so craft. We need to craft a processor, so we can do that. Let's do 2 of them because it's a slow process. For the forge, we need bedrock, and for the bedrock, we need the stone gauntlet. Okay. So we need to find a reasonable area. It looks like the sun is going down, so we're gonna have to find a reasonable starting build location. I like to build in the trees to start with. And there's also some honey here, so let's grab that honey. There we go. So we've got some honey, so that's going to come in quite handy. Oop, I don't want it back, I want to move that up. I can go there. Okay. Oh, that goes down below. And there's another noisy car going off in the background. Ooh. Oh, don't have a sword yet. Those guys give us something called Arkstone, and if we kill them, they also give us some goodies, but we don't have a sword yet. What do we need? Oh, actually, we do have a sword. Oh, yeah, it's a stick. I forgot. Okay, so what do we need to make a sword? Sword. The first sword, we can make it. Craft. Okay, now we've gotten wood and sword, and it's going to take forever. Ouch. Kill this guy. Nice. So that gave us some gunpowder, some arc stones, and some melted wax. Very nice to start. Nice to start with. Now we could put down this area as a starting location, but we'd have to put all our lights in here, and we'd have to jump quite a few times to get out. But like I said, I prefer starting in the tree house, or starting on top of a tree or inside of a tree, because we get lots of goodies which we can quickly turn into other usable things. So let's put that away. Let's grab a couple more vines, and we might use this tree as our starting tree. So let's see, what do we need to make a ladder? I think we need... Oh, I'm going to have to redo the favorites, aren't I? Yep. Okay, in that case, let's make a small chest, another small chest. Anything else? We want a ladder. We need rod and twine. Okay, that's right, twine. Okay, so we are going to have to do quite a bit of processing and hope that we can do it all before it gets dark. Nice. Okay, so let's put our teleporter down here for the moment. So that's with a right click. Let's put the processors down. Let's put this down here for the moment. Put those in there. Okay. So we want to process some of those into that and the rest into those. Then over here we want to process some stone into stone blocks. We need more stones so that we can level up and get some stone rod. Well, not level up as such, but we need the rod. So let's go down a bit. Oops. There you go, there's some stone. Now that flame that you can hear in the background is one of the hostiles that prefer the dark over the light. If it gets into daylight, then they start catching fire. Yeah, just have to make sure that we can still jump up. And this is why we want the better gauntlet, because this gauntlet is too slow. What we could do is put a light in just to try and prevent them from spawning in. Oh, it's getting really dark already. There we go, we've got some limestone down there as well, which is going to come in quite handy. Which we can't mine up yet, but which we will be able to do later on. Oopsie, that's one too high. There we go. Okay. Let's see, where is our teleporter? This is why it comes in handy by putting the teleporter first, or down first. We can see what we've got. So let's do 40 of those and the rest into those. Okay, and then let's collect all of those. Let's put them in here, out of the way. Okay, so now we should be able to craft the first couple of extractors. We should be able to create a way better box because of the arc stone that we got from that creature. Let's see, where are the ladders? Oh yeah, we still need to make twine. Oops. That's made by this one here, so let's do a couple of those. We always want to keep a couple of those on us handy, because there's a couple of other things that require vines in their manufacturing capabilities. Okay, so let's temporarily put these in here for the moment so that they're out of the way. Though, start seeing that, let's put that one there. Come on, we need the twine, it's starting to get dark. Ooh, actually. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Let's just pole vote up there because I just saw some flowers. Flowers can come in handy for various colours. Oh, gee. Okay. Let's do grinding away. There we go. Finally, we've got some twine. Okay, so now we should be able to make some ladders. Okay, 40 should do for the moment. Let's hope. Now the creatures can't climb the ladders, which is also very good, because it gives us a bit of a leg up on them. Oops. Oh, damn it. Wrong direction. Let's grab some more wood while we can. There we go. Now, the only problem is they can spawn up here. Okay, so where is... There we go. Okay, so we're not completely up top yet, but that's not too much of a problem. One thing that we do need to do is build ourselves a roof, so they can't come in up above us, and we also need to put in something so that we can actually see, well, make sure that there's no way for them to spawn in, because they only spawn in the dark. So let's put that one down there for the moment. Let's put the torch on top and hope nothing catches the light. Let's put this one up here. And it's spooky already. Okay. Okay. Come on. Oh, the lag spikes. Not used to lag spikes in this game. Oh, we got a sprout. There's a yellow flower down there as well. Well, we'll put all these bits and pieces to good use in a minute. But before we do that, let's just make sure that nothing can spawn up here without our knowledge. Well, nothing hostile, that is. Make sure I'm not going to fall off the edge as well would be nice. Oh, we're all out. That means I need to dig some more. Come on. Now, I have sort of trapped myself up here now, but let's quickly grab these. Okay, I'm afraid to say this, guys, but it looks like we've come up to the end of the episode. So if you've liked what you've seen so far, please leave a like. If you didn't, please let me know why. Also, if you're not subscribed already, please hit the subscribe button to help the channel grow. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye for now. Oops. Ouch. Nice. Teleporter is in that direction.